Capricorn, welcome to your August 2022 tarot reading. I'm going to pull your spread and then we're just going to jump right in, okay? Alright, Capricorn, so I'm going to start off by saying, just based off the cards that I'm seeing, I know that things have been kind of rough for you. Or maybe just a little, you've been feeling a little bit limited, trapped, you know. So I can see that that's something that you've been dealing with, even though you've been pretty quiet about it. I am seeing that the situation definitely deals with stagnation or feeling like you can't make any movements or you're not sure what to do. So let's see, what are we feeling stuck about? What's this Capricorn energy here? Nine of Swords. So I'm seeing for a lot of you, you're dealing with anxiety. You're also dealing with stress. It could be dealing with your mother, or just during the time of Cancer season, it could have been just really like just a lot for you. But I'm also seeing with this Queen of Cups here, it's about your emotional self. So it could be, like I said, with your mother is something I'm getting here, and then also just your emotional self. For some of you, it could also be a baby mother or the mother of your child, something like that. But I am seeing feminine energy here, and I'm not sure if it's you. It definitely could be if you are a female. Okay, I'm also seeing something with Pisces energy showing up here. What's going on? Three of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Cups. So it's something dealing with your past is showing up here. I'm also seeing for some of you, the situation is about you getting along with an ex, or trying to, or maybe you have to deal with them, especially if you have a child with this person. You're trying to, you know, get along with this person, but things are just kind of, it's been rough. Especially if you are a parent and you work and you're trying to get things taken care of and you're still trying to find time for yourself, but you want to be a good parent, you want to co-parent. A lot of this deals with you feeling trapped. Even though you're doing a lot of work, you're trapped mentally and emotionally because there's just so much on your plate, and I can definitely see that here, Capricorn. Okay. So let's get some answers for you. So let's see what the obstacle is. The obstacle is the Five of Swords. So this Five of Swords energy, this is all about past trauma, and even some, it could be present as well. You could be dealing with a bully in your life, you know, an adult bully, or someone who's mentally or verbally abusive. I feel like some of you also feel like you can't express yourself. Like if you say too much, you're going to offend someone, or if you say how you really feel, things are going to go left. Okay, so let's see what this is dealing with. Yeah, Nine of Cups. So it's almost like you can't say what you want. You can't say, or you can't express how you want things to go emotionally. And some of you, you feel like because you're the woman, you're not heard. Or because you're the woman, you have to sacrifice how you feel. So some of you guys could be dealing with a narcissist, or someone who has those type of traits, you know. And you don't really know how to navigate a conversation with them. So you're left always feeling silent. You're left feeling like you're unheard. You're left feeling like, you know, we solved the problem for you, but I still feel empty. I don't feel like we solved the issue. So this is something I'm definitely seeing here. And I also see that this has been a trait or a pattern that has been happening in your life for a long time. So this is not the first person that you've dealt with in this way. This is just something within you that does need to be worked out, because you were probably taught certain things when you were younger, and it's carrying into your adult life, and it's not helping you be able to express yourself. And that's a problem, because now you feel trapped. Yeah, so there's definitely a need to hash things out by talking. But I almost feel as though you try to do that, but it just never gets anywhere. So you always have to give up or sacrifice what your point in the argument is, and you never get to have that closure, I feel. And so all of this is just backing up on top of each other. And then down the line, you're just feeling drained, you know, essentially. So there needs to be more resolution whenever you're having these conversations, because I can see you're trying to fix it, but it's just like you guys don't know how to communicate together effectively, or maybe you're just dealing with a person who doesn't truly care. Okay, so the action recommended for this situation, We have the Eight of Wands. So this is actually saying just go ahead and have a closure to this situation. Now this could be saying if there's a specific argument that you're having, just let it go. Or it could be saying this relationship. If you're dealing with a person where it's just never changing and you're always, you've tried and you tried, sometimes that's just a sign to just let it go, let it be. So everything is not meant to be with you forever. Every connection is not meant to last forever. I'm also saying for some of you, one of the ways to have a successful outcome in this situation is to seek some sort of spiritual advising, some sort of spiritual advisor. So you may want to get a tarot reading. You may go to church if that's what you do. You may have meditation. And then we have Ten of Swords. It could be counseling as well. We have Ten of Swords. I think therapy is also what this is saying as well. You may need to seek therapy. Not because it could be marriage counseling for some of you, or it could be personal therapy, because like I said, a lot of these issues are stemming from your past, and it's things that you've kind of grown up with, or you've grown up doing ritualistically in your life. And so the way that you deal with certain behaviors and certain people, it's a constant cycle. And so I think you have to get to the root of what that is. So that could be through therapy, or that could be through like I said, a spiritual advisor, whether it's shamanism or going to a tarot reader so we can see what the actual issue is. So you can message me for that if you would like. But there definitely needs to be some sort of therapy counseling session here. So if you've been considering it, that is the way for you to go. And then also for a lot of you who are religious, it's saying, go to wherever you go religiously to get that solitude. But make sure wherever you go, you're actually getting to the roots of why you mentally feel trapped, because that's the issue here. Okay, because you're not trapped, but you feel trapped. And if you feel trapped, then that's enough to actually create that prison for yourself, and you have to get out of that, okay? Well, your outcome for this situation, we do have spiritual strength. So we have you actually getting a lot stronger, obviously. Now, as you can see, this person is pushing up. The higher self is pushing up the ceiling that seems to be falling onto the physical body. So, like I said, you're not physically in danger. You're not physically trapped, but your inner self is trapped. And so when that happens, it doesn't matter how protected you are physically, you're going to feel trapped. You're going to create a prison for yourself. So this is a time for you to really start ending certain things that are not working in your life, so you can start to have room for the things that want to come in that are going to be beneficial for you, okay? Yeah, so we have Ten of Cups, the World, Princess of Wands. So you are going to be going towards your happiness, and I want you to cut off anything that is not aiding or pushing you towards happiness, anything that is bringing you down, anything that is weighing you down, anything that is trapping you. You need to let that go. You need to move on. You need to start making your movements towards your future, okay? So start envisioning what that future is for yourself, and then start living it, okay? So what you're doing essentially is you're creating this alignment for yourself to walk on the path towards your happiness. You're creating and you're making a pathway for your own self to be in alignment with your own happiness that you choose for yourself, so you can be spiritually content, okay? Now, this is going to take emotional and physical work, but it will be done. That is your outcome. So I do see this happening for you. I suggest that you reach out to a spiritual advisor, or maybe a therapist, counseling, get to the roots of this issue. And I think that'll do a lot more help than you think, because I don't think you see the problem, but I think you feel the problem. And so when you can have someone to kind of help you, who's an outsider, kind of help you with that, I think a lot of these issues will start to evaporate, because you'll see the patterns that you need to undo so that you can actually start to walk into your happiness, okay? So that's your reading, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to see you in September so we can see if things are evolving. Like I said, contact me if you would like to have a private reading with me so we can get to the roots, and we can also stay consistent on your journey of growth and happiness, okay? So once again, thank you, and I'll see you next month. Bye.